Greetings, mortals. I am Nathos, the ruler of the underworld, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, chapter 93, titled Madrigal of Youth. I feel like the chapter is supposed to be referencing something a little bit more mature than most people like in their manga, because let's just say we have a lot of, let's just say, fan service in this chapter. And I don't mean like just a couple bunch of it. I mean like almost every page in this chapter has some form of fan service in some form of a way. And even if it doesn't have like direct, you get the fan service implications in it. But let's not talk about what this chapter is gonna make us do when no one's watching with our hands. Let's focus on what this chapter contains aside from that activity. So yeah. Anyways, let's start with the chapter. As we at the first page, we see Cheon, Trish and Splatoon with Isolde, Jade, and Cheon. All their new outfits. Which I think is actually the third time we had this kind of page where we had like only those three on the cover. So yeah, I guess Nakam might actually like drawing those three together. But anyways, let's get into what the narrator says. As we have, after losing at rock paper scissors, Trishan finds an adult woman waiting in his shed room. Yep. And then we also have the narrator saying, but there are trio of opposites, but their loyalty is for Trishan's sake, referring to Tristan's platoon. Although I'm not exactly sure if Jade is exactly the opposite. Like, the guy was seemingly laughing with Cheon when Cheon was making fun of Donnie. So I'm not exactly certain. I guess maybe Jade is more like chill, that's why he's this way. But regardless, let's get into this chapter. As we start this chapter off in room 101, as we find out in which person are staying together, as we have Cheon with his most demonic looking face yet, with his tongue out, veins all over his head, as well as his eye popping out as he screams, "How do you plan to take responsibility if something happens to Sir Tristan? Why don't I slice you, tear you, and feed you to the pigs?" Uh, Jian points at someone, and okay, Jian does Jian know Tristan is the second strongest member of this group? Like, this isn't even me underestimating the rest. Like, it's pretty clear that Tristan is the second strongest. Because it doesn't even go away. I feel like admit that in her own way that Tristan is stronger than her, so I fail to see why this guy is thinking that something's going to happen to Tristan. If anything does happen to Tristan, then pretty much everyone but Lancelot should be sweating insanely. As we see that Chian was pointing at Percival, as Percival just responds to Chian with, but all I said was we should try rock, paper, scissors again. Didn't Lord Tristan lost and had to go to the two-person shared room, didn't he? So, Percival may be a child here, but he's reasonable because he just recommended. I mean, if Tristan said, no, we are not going to do it again, they wouldn't. As then we have Lancelot just laying in bed as he says, honestly, I don't even care who I doubled up with. Because, again, it's difficult. Lancelot's like one of those characters who can pretty much beat anyone, except for maybe Arthur, and even he's like debatable. Well, and maybe some other ones that we haven't yet been introduced to from from Camelot. But outside of that, like, what exactly were you expecting to encounter there? And admittedly. But yeah, anyways, then we have Chion just responding to Otto, just great! If we didn't start over, you were the one who was supposed to double up! So yeah, because, again, that was originally Lancelot. But yeah, just responds to him, ultra like, ugh, I'll quit the accusation. The guy's the one who said a game's a game, so he chose to share a room. So I guess this implies that Trisha was like, just, oh well, I lost. and just went. So yeah, Jian is clearly overacting in every single level. So you have the person will be like, "What happened earlier, Lancelot?" Because again, Lancelot was kind of acting a bit weirdly, and you have Lancelot saying to Percival something weird. I was searching around to see if there were any enemies just in case, but ever since we came to town, it's been rough reading anyone's mind. So yeah, I guess we get to confirm this chapter. The reason why Lancelot was saying just in a second, wait, everyone, I can't read people's minds. This is gonna be a problem. We are under a super attack. Is because Lancelot could still read that, but it was so difficult and so little information he could read all of them that it's just kind of like, oh, I can't get full everything. So I guess that's like why he got the one of. But regardless, anyways, then we have Lancelot Gian freaking out, like I can't stand thinking about it, not one bit. Wait, if there is some some seeking bastard or an unscrupulous human trafficking, staying in Citration's room, I don't think any of those people can do anything to Tristan long term. Like, their only option, realistically, would be to drug Tristan, but even as soon as Tristan wakes up, he will just blast everything. Like, what exactly were you expecting? Like, how powerful does this guy consider those other people? I mean, hell, wasn't he like the one person who was saying, oh, Sir Tristan is better than Lancelot? Why is he figuring out now? Is there a person just telling him, I know since we are roommates, let's all play a game. And Shreya's like just shaking his head like, play? Well, yeah, he's a person in all accounts, he's a child who just happens to be 16, so what do you expect? Is there a person just kind of like jumping and saying, okay, then why don't we go to the festival together? As in, Shreya just like, go? As in, Shreya makes a relation, wait. As he's still swearing all deeply. As they have jump back, of course! Then we got to jump to room 205, as we see that's where all the girls are staying at. As we have Isolde is sitting on the bed, we have Anne looking out the window as we get Gawain looking at the most important part of this room. As we have Anne talking, and she's just like, the view from up here looks wonderful. Don't you think? Take a look, you two. As then we have Gawain's being in the background, just like, you're right. And she starts licking her lip and starts grinning at the other one. And she's all, has a very, that special effect when someone's like, oh yeah. And then we see the one she's actually looking at is Anne's butt. And she's like, that is a lovely view, Lady Anne. And then she looks at Gawain, and she's like, not half bad yourself, Lady Isolde. As well as a song who's kind of a bit obscure, but you can get the general frame of it. So yeah, something that I was already thinking about before, but yeah, I and Gawain would get along well if we were together. Well, at least this version of Gawain. Again, it's kind of difficult to say if this is like a personality thing because of she's in her small form, but I'm not exactly certain. Then again, like, Gawain was acting really different when it came to getting women when she was in adult form and when she was in child form. But yes, anyways, we have Gawain becoming the greatest thing in the world. And she's like flying in the air. She's like also showing us that she has a nice career as well. And funny enough, this week we also had the new One Punch Man chapter where we got officially confirmed with Dasha about Tatsumaki's rear, as well as a nice shape of it. As we have Gwen just saying, this is just a suggestion for a bit, the sake of deepening our bonds of friendship between the three of us. What do you say we all wash each other's backs? Which, to be fair, is actually right, even normal things women do when it comes to cleaning, when it comes to bathing. Or warm each other by sleeping in the nude together. So yeah, Gawain wants to get it in so many ways. Which does make me kind of wonder if Gawain actually gets bulked up if she does it. Because again, it's never, no one actually questions Gawain about that. Which is the weirdest thing, because you'd think someone would ask, hey Gawain, how come you were so big when we first met you, but then you're smaller than Percival now? because again, like no one questions it. But anyways, there we get shot with Gawain is a point of view from Gawain, as we see is Anne saying like, "So what would you like for dinner tonight?" I guess she isn't just gonna ignore that, weirdly enough. As if it's all there, as we see Gawain look at her, and where she Gawain is looking at, and she's like, "Huh? Oh, yes, that right, yeah, right." As she's responding to Anne's question, as then we have Isola being like, well, I'm asking Isola, what's the matter? Lost in thought? Something troubling you? Isola's like, yes, it's just I wonder what the situation is doing right now. Being overly concerned about him as well. Yeah, you guys really should have just taken double person's bedrooms instead of 3 person's bedrooms, so you guys could do it together. As they have Anne be like, but you only last saw him 4 or 5 minutes ago. So again, she's like, boy, you guys are way too much in loving that stuff. As we have so telling Anne, I know, but as we have Gawain in the background just checking the two out. Like we literally get the idea of what she's staring at. Is this supposed to be a joke at these characters? Like the joke is instead of having the main character be dense as all hell, we have the female leads be the one, female love interests being dense as all hell. But regardless, we didn't have a freak out expression by Isolde, who is not as Chian's, but more like panicky girlfriend mode. That she's like, what if Citrus's woman is a small and sexier woman than I am? I guess smaller. I guess sexier would basically just be bigger, being a more MILF, I guess. And to be fair, I'm certain Trishan said that he would, he likes you the way you are. As there we have Isolde saying, if Citrus is seduced by her, what would I do? I mean, that is actually happening in Trishan's room, so she's correct on that perspective, but I think you can calm down about that stuff. Anyways, then we have and be like, that's quite the imagination, and weirdly enough, an accurate one. And then we have Gawain in the background, and she's like, forget about the good prince, let us share a girls' night out at the festival. So yeah, she clearly has her priorities straight. Well, Gawain has it. As then we have Isolde in a similar realization as Gian did. Funny enough, the same way, if you really think about it. As then we have Isolde screaming, that's it! As we see an owl flocking in the window. Then we cut to room 207 as we have Jade being like, I'm sorry, please forgive how rude we've been, as she's bowing to Donnie and Nazians. I would say, I'm sorry that we fucking almost killed you guys. But we gotta see he's apologizing finally. As they have Donnie and not just being shocked that he's doing that, as Donnie's like, huh? As they have Jay just explain to them about Chion's attitude towards you once he starts it tirade, there's no stopping him. I know he's a pain, but he doesn't mean any ill will. Well, I guess if you mean that he doesn't start, if your standard is he doesn't attack you with spells, then maybe that's what is true, but when it comes to no ill will, that's wrong. They have Donnie just being like, you're kidding, right? Feels like he means nothing but ill will. Being the voice of reason. As there we have Jade saying down about he's trying to explain to them, I guess kind of having a bro moment. As which Jade's like, me, Gia, and Sola were friends since we were kids. And ever since Trishan saved us that one time, we couldn't help but love him. Possible foreshadowings for something that happens in the Garage of Edinburgh? Maybe something we'll see hint to the backstory? I don't know, we'll have to wait and see, but regardless. Anyways, there I have Jade saying, Gian, you already saw, and me, and he saw that. I guess he's just repeating himself. As he's like looking a bit, like with a bit more of a smile on when he says he saw that. As then Nazian's like, oh. As then we see a spider coming from a ceiling, a very interesting looking spider nonetheless. as we have Jade explaining. Anyway, the reason Jian is so hard on you is because he works too much for Satrition, for no real good reason. I am not even certain why, though. As then Jade also tells them he's just got a bad personality. As then we have Dolly just respond to him with, "Oh well, I can't argue with you there. I mean, I would know more than anyone." As they have, I'm not sure if there's nausea to Donnie, but I feel like we're talking nausea. It's like, why are you telling us this now? And then Jack be like, well, you see, it's because we never actually hung out like this. We never actually split. Most of the story up to now, we've all just kind of been together, and I felt like it would make more sense for me to properly apologize when Chion's not here. That's why I'm telling you now. But then we have Jay pretty much saying what I said. He's like, well, we are in the same room and we are holding knives to support another property, so I thought we'd have an honest talk, you know. Honestly, I would just say you just didn't have an opportunity now to really, express this. And again, you guys are gonna be working together, which is I guess kind of true. And that's but still, I feel like just because you never had an opportunity up till now. And when you have Donnie making a face, he just kind of, gives him, give the senses fit towards Jay, not to punch him, but, to like a fist bump. As they have Donnie be like, let's let bygones be bygones and do our best together, Jade, right? So yeah, like, Donnie's being the chill guy that he is, and he just has like, yeah, we'll just look. I mean, as long as it's not anything malicious, it's fine. As they have Jay making a smirk. Not certain if this is supposed to be a hint to him being a traitor or just yeah, I agree. It's like, yeah. As they have Nazi and going towards Jade as he asks Jade, you like his soul, don't you? As they get Jade all fussing, ha! Similar to the outfit. I guess Tristan Platoon just has a big overacting flush sting thing. As they would have Jade just be like, I mean, she has a cute face and all, which is true. I mean, it's always literally just your standard beautiful girl that's just a bit bigger. Which do think that's how her stand out for man. As they would have Donnie be like, because he didn't hear, and be like, what's he talking about? Because, he saw Nanzian's whispers into his ear. It's just, and she's really sweet because she cares about big things and stuff. So yeah, he likes her in that kind of way. As Jade also saying, she's kind of like, but she's totally crazy about Tristan. I can't even compete. So it's basically like, oh yeah, I like her, but let's be real here. She's into Tristan. She'll want him more than me. I can't really. I'm not gonna try to force her or anything else. Which does make me wonder if this like one of the reasons why he would be a traitor or something. I'm not again certain. It could just be like making us think there's a traitor, but there actually isn't a traitor. It's kind of the whole traitor's blade we had in the previous or Lyona section. The prophecy where there was by a traitor's blade and stuff. So yeah, anyways, they have Nazian's kind of related to that. It's like, even so, there's still no problem with liking her, right? As he kind of to kind of get it asserting himself. As then Don's like confused in the background, like, what the fuck are you two talking about? And then we have Jade be like, say, do you have a crush on the shorty? As then we have, and now it's also getting a bit over flustered. As then we have Jay. Now it's time for Nana to be overreacting. As like, oh, what makes you say that? As they have Jay be like, well, wow, she's seriously. I thought it was obvious. So yeah, I guess he's pointing out. As then we have Jay just saying like, Angelhad, was it? So yeah, but that's 100% wrong because that's clearly not the woman. Since he wants to get her on with Burst, as we all thought. And now I guess this kind of confirmation. As then we have Jade be like, but she looks strong-willed, but I think you and her make a good match. Nope, it's actually Percy. Which kind of funny how there's like a which I kind of get the idea because the two of them, Percy and Anna pair together, and Nonsense being into her is kind of makes sense for being an all. We kind of come up the same way, but actually personal. As I just, oh, thank God. he thinks I'm into the girls. He's like, haha, guilty as charged. So yeah, clean, not the case. And then Donnie be like, didn't see that coming. You got a thing for stubborn, stuck-up ladies? So yeah, putting out Nan's captive loss. Although I do wonder if Donnie, like, well, thinking, actually, I think nothing to do with personal, but regardless, since, in the end of that whole, what was it, Gork arc, I think, or when Nazi was introduced, Donnie was making fun of the background, like, oh, it's like he's made to his crush or something. As then we have Nazi just being like, the guy, story, well, not really a story actually, but he's like, and then he's a kind young woman. But, which is true, but but you know how Anne acts. Then we have Jay be like, speaking of which, what kind of girl is your type, Donnie? I mean, we have many other girls, why don't you? As then we have Donnie just being like, well, I'm into ladies like Queen Elizabeth, of course. Which is, I feel like, what most people are gonna go. I mean, there's a reason why they have like 10,000 fans of them than the rest of the characters. As then we have, not just was acting, am I really that weird? As he's wondering that is truly the case. I don't know if that's for something he was only supposed to think about it. As they have Jade being like, she's way out of your league, Donnie. I think. I mean, honestly, the way Donnie just said he's those are the type of women he's into, not really like he's into her exactly. Is there way Donnie just responded with, "What was that?" So I guess they gave a bit of a bro moments considering the rest of the people don't have it. And then we see a couple or someone looking at something behind them as the woman's like, or is it just a dude with very long hair? I'm not certain. I think it's supposed to be a couple. And she's like, what are they up to? As the other guy or whatever is like, don't look at them. And then we see Isolde and Gian right next to Tristan's door, trying to listen on this. And Isolde's like, Gian, do you hear anything? As they're spying. It's even funny because the outfit that Isolde wears. So I'm kind of surprised Gawain isn't behind Isolde hair. I guess maybe she's trying to get in with Anne. As they have Gian just being, shh, stop, we listen to this. As they have Tristan all blustful as he's like shaking, as he's looking away from the woman that he met. It's like, and as the woman asks Tristan, how long do you plan on facing that way? As then Tristan just tells her, since you ask, would you please close your shirt or put something on? Because the woman is still butt naked as we speak, just kind of laying on the bed, like she's kind of just there. Like she's not even hiding it. She's still completely nude. As in, she's just even like, and why next to me? Also, take a note of the butterfly we have on the wall. So yeah, as then we have this woman saying, oh, this, and she's kind of like, I guess, moving her shirt that she's having on her around. As then we have her Christian saying, the woman saying, I'm not very good at this sort of stuff. Like, putting clothes on, how am I supposed to do that? I mean, I guess that's one way of saying it. As the Tristan is like, I'm wearing clothes? So yeah, I'm guessing Tristan has like a kind of question that I feel like he's always gonna probably putting a spaz, but now I feel like he would straight up just be focused, but like, you cannot put clothes on, woman? So yeah, constant fan service if you ask me. So anyways, then we have a woman just responding to him with more the culture than the clothes, I suppose. So yeah, hints to what she actually is. As they have this woman saying, it's hard to button up, see? So I guess the problem is buttons. As when Shisha reacted to this, he's also saying, I was like, oh! As his eyes like to pop out. As they have Isolde, we cut to the outside of the door, as Isolde's like, what do you have? Don't you have a plan, Chion? As then we have Chion be like, I have no choice. As then takes out the little stone and he's like, Settle. And we have his little self go in there and they listen to it. As they have Isolde asking Chion, what order did you give it? As we have Chion saying, to relay the voice inside to us. As then we have the first thing they hear is, "Fine, I'll do it." And then we have both the Giants are like, "That's a Trishan's voice." And then we have them listening to what those are speaking. As we have the woman saying, "Oh, Your Highness, you're so stiff." And then she's like, "Come on now, you're gonna do it. Do it faster. That. And actually, we have the woman saying, she's like, "Come on, come now. If you're gonna do it fast. Ah, not that hole. This one." It's gonna make it teasing. And then we have so Amira's like, "What are you doing to such a shit?" And she's like sticking the door down. She actually blasts the door right through it. And he's all pissed up, and she's just like, "Jesus Christ, man, I'm the insane psycho of the group, but even I didn't was playing this quickly." As then we have this woman teasing as she's just trying to butter his shirt, but he isn't looking at. This one's like, "Oh dear, this is the first time I've buttoned some." Actually, she's like, "Oh dear, this is the first time I've buttoned someone's body shirt, this shirt." As there was one saying, "Come on, it slipped again." As it's like, "I can't bear to look." As there was saying, "Are you not no good at butting?" So yeah. And then so I really look at this, and then so I'm really like, I'm actually pushing Tristan aside and starting to button the shirt up from top to bottom, and then she literally grabs the skirt and puts it on the woman, basically like dressing a baby at this point. And then we have this old screaming woman who looks to be one head smaller than his shoulder, and she's so screaming, "There, are you satisfied?" And then we have the woman saying, "Oh my, thank you." So yeah. As then we have Isola screaming with Tristan, "Sir Tristan, I will take this room tonight!" As if the Lupin looking comes be like, "Ma'am!" I wonder if he's actually thinking that she's an adult and not just a 16-year-old. As if the Lupin guy looking, "Please stop, you mustn't break pigs in the inn!" I guess he's kind of used to this guy just being so robotic he can't really do anything. As we have Tristan being like, "But please excuse me, I'll have them repaired once." As if Chian is like, "Huh?" I guess they didn't realize they have to do that. So yeah, and then we have this woman kind of starting to cling to Tristan still, and she's like, "Then how about we go to the festival?" And then have Tristan be like, "But leaving these two behind would be, causing more problems." I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if as soon as the door was fixed, that Isolde and we just run through it just to get to them faster. And then we have Isolde back, "Wait!" As she's like, "Hey!" As then we have next page we have the woman getting a close up of the woman's face, and she really has like slinted snake like demon like eyes now. She's kind of chill now, taking the decision a bit more serious, I guess. As she tells Tristan, I guess a bit quieter, "Let's have a talk, Prince Tristan, of the 4 Knights of the Apocalypse." So yeah, she's fully aware of who he is. As then we have Tristan be like, "Oh shit, this is an anime." As we have a close up of his eyes, and then we have the close up of her eyes. As then we have Tristan saying, "Understood, let's go just the two of us." As we have a close up of that butterfly before. As they have, I'm guessing both Chian is all screaming, "Sir Tristan!" Then we cut to room 309 where Macduff and Titanic are at. As we have Titanic there, she's like, even more like a punk, dressed up, and she says, "I've just confirmed from the register. All of them are staying in this inn. Their faces are confirmed too. So let's kill them all. Already." No, I'm not. No, the way this is saying makes me kind of think those animals we've been seeing around this chapter Titanic's magic. So, which kind of gives me like idea that she's like a summoner or a beast kind of user. Since I think familiar is usually because every people usually only have like one familiar. Well, she had like 3 different animals. I'm forgetting there's an. I don't think there's an animal in Lancelot's room, or that would probably for smarter. I mean, she probably could just confirm a visual because she's South Percival. Although it's gotta be that she didn't recognize myself as one of the four knights. I guess she maybe after some part realized that he was. And I guess he also snuck down the registry while the guy was running to the place. Uh, as then we have McDubb being like, hold on, he's putting a leather glove on. And my favorite about the last chapter having McDuff and then they kind of under designed because the lack of time and all that seems to be true because now we get to see like a McDuff and besides just looking like a buff Hugo Strange, he looks wider and bulkier. Like he looks like he like alright to be. I mean, alright, he's somewhere. He looks a bit less than Dornock, but still like muscular figure. I mean, to be fair, it doesn't really fucking matter because full night, but still like he looks buff as all hell. So yeah, as he also has like this kind of like pimp kind of coat on. So yeah, he's ready for to break some necks as he's twitching his head. I'm kind of surprised how straight these two have been played so far. Like I thought those two were gonna be like those two characters who whose whole thing is like they fail so over toply comedically. But the two of them are relatively chill. I mean, they're not too arrogant. They're not too acting like big shots, even though they're complete idiots. They are not failing, failing to a point you would think they are, stumbling on their own toe. Like they're relatively, they're respectably. I would say they're kind of more on the. I think like they're kind of similar to Fiddick, honestly, from the Dark Talisman in terms of how serious they are. So anyways, they have McDuff saying the logical thing like facing them all at once is too high of a risk. The night is long, so first, let's enjoy the festival, shall we? So that's implied they're gonna be attacking them while they're gonna be at a festival, as they assume they're gonna split up. And then we see Percival, Nauseans, Donnie, and Jade, and his soul they're all going there to look around. We also see some people there to enjoy it. So yeah, I guess they're gonna be attacking someone during the festival. Anyways, then we get the end of narration as we have the actor saying, "A winning person and company are at the Festival of the Dead are the Knights of Apcalypse. Well, not the Knights of Chaos, not Apocalypse, I confused a bit. They're also saying Tianich and Mikdov are targeting the full Knights of Apocalypse. A conspiracy unfolds behind the scenes." So yeah. Then to be continuing chapter 904 titled Incident on the Night of Prayer. So yeah. Now the thing is we've actually already got spoilers for the next chapter because I reviewed this one a bit later than I usually do. But needless to say, the spoilers that we got just explains why she looks like a demon. And explains the demon eyes. So I can't really speculate much of it since again also there's like all translations. But yeah, this chapter all in all was a pretty decent chapter. I'm not one of those people who really hates fan service. I find it as like, alright, it's early in the story, it's going to be, and let's be real here, it gives an extra flavor and extra joy to reread early chapters. You can have your own opinions on if it's good or it's bad or whatever, but I mean, again, let's be real here. End of stories, characters usually get up so fucking buff and muscular, and usually get their clothes beaten so much that's already fan service. Like, I mean, Askenor was literally walking shirtless or constantly showing his packs pretty much the entire story until he lost Sunshine. I think we can handle Chapter 2 with fan service in the beginning of the story, which is usually something that stops it, except Fairy Tail, something that has fan service like 24/7, but to be fair, that seems to be more of a thing with every single woman's design. But yeah, regardless, it's a decent chapter. It's a fun little read. But yeah, anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more videos in the future. And with that said, I cannot wait to see all the mortals next time. Goodbye.